What's up, everybody? Thralls of Metal here. I'm Jammin John.
Necrotic.
And we have Elis from Birdflesh joining us today to talk about the new Birdflesh album, Sickness in the North, as well as just some other random shit. This is kind of our first time doing a interview / album review with the man, the myth, the madness. So we're just going to go for it.
Honestly, I couldn't think of a better way to do like a dry run on this, because Birdflesh is absolutely insane. For those that aren't familiar with it, get fucking familiar with it. It is one of the most hilarious, just strange grindcore bands out there. It's so much fucking fun. Like, if you don't have fun listening to Birdflesh, you're doing something wrong.
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah. If you're a grindcore fan, you should love it. If you like ridiculous humor, yeah, you found your band right here. Elis, why don't you just kind of tell us like the background behind this album? And I mean, almost kind of like the background behind Birdflesh as a whole, because this band, I didn't get into them until Extreme Graveyard Tornado, and I have been a fan ever since. Tell us about this thing.
Yeah, all right. Birdflesh has been around for 31 years, and the founding member is Adde. Andreas Metrolis. His name on this album is Kyrkbrenner, but many people know him as Smatro Ansjovis. I guess this is the 6th full-length album, along with a shitload of demos, EPs. I don't know, 30 releases maybe.
A lot of splits from what I saw. That's kind of a grindcore thing.
Yeah, for sure. And one at least with Agatocles. All right.
Yep, you have to. I think that band has to hold the record in terms of splits. Like,
no shit.
Yeah, the Mincecore thing.
Yeah, I mean, like total amount of releases. Do you have any clue of Agatocles?
Yeah, I mean, I could pull it up. Like, it's got to be between them and Nunslaughter.
Yeah,
like, and Buckethead.
And Buckethead. Well, he's got the Pike thing. That's like 300 of those. I know Nunslaughter has, I think, over 200 releases if you count all of the 7 inches and splits and EPs. They only have like 4 full lengths or 5 full lengths, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know I only have one. Is that Gath? I always fuck up that band's name. I only have one of their albums, but when I looked at their archives, like, oh my God, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to be able to collect all of this. That's impossible.
I think I made a calculation with Jan from Agatocles. If you see all the CDs behind you, how many is that?
This is 50, just the first room, so
yeah, but it's like 40 on each. It's like 80, 120, 160, 240. So you can fill up like the whole wall there, because I think they have over 1,000 releases.
There you go, Nick.
I'm not even fucking with you. I think we calculated to like they had released like 1 EP or tape or whatever, like 1 small release, whatever it may be, every 3rd week or every 2nd week.
Wow.
The whole career. But that's the band that fucking can record like a band rehearsal and put it out on a limited tape, 50 copies, and people buy it. You know,
man, you just kind of get like rolled over by a tidal wave of fucking releases. So we've been fans kind of like towards like, you know, the later stuff. Like, I still have yet to actually check out a lot of the earlier stuff. I only have Night of the Ultimate Mosh and Extreme Graveyard Tornado, and literally the name sold me in terms of Extreme Graveyard Tornado and how wonderfully it's illustrated on the cover. It was like, this band is going to be pure nonsensical fun, and I was 100% right. We jammed the shit out of it. I fucking got a hold of John's like, dude, you have to fucking hear this. This is amazing.
Yeah.
The thing I love is, you know, all right, musically, yeah, you can put it in the grindcore box, but you guys like to pepper in a lot of different influences across it. And like the challenge of doing that with grindcore is you have to do it in this little condensed like nugget of a song, like 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. If that's like the grand opus, like the super long one. But switching from like black metal to like grindcore to death metal moments, a little bit of thrash. Like, I've even described you guys as like the SOD of like grindcore, because there's so much of that crossover energy to it. But I mean, you just get fucking flat out vicious. So yeah, somewhere between SOD and Nauseam is kind of where I think you guys lurk, and it's like this fucking perfect spot.
Jocke, the bass player, he's been in the band for like 15 years. I've been in the band for 13, I think. So I'm not the myth. I'm just the third wheel. But we write all the material, of course, together. Or, I mean, we write songs. But we will get into that when we talk about the songs, and I can tell you which song and who wrote it and so on and so forth. But we all come up with ideas and like try to figure out how to make it work. One funny thing is that when we recorded Extreme Graveyard Tornado and also all the Miseries and also this album, Sickness in the North, we don't rehearse more than once. So we rehearse for like 2 hours. And it's like, hey, I have these songs. Okay, so we play them like twice. And then we go to the next song and we record like shit versions on our phones. And then we'll go into the studio. Other put down the drums. And for all these 3 releases mentioned, all the vocals and guitars has been recorded in this room. The only time when we actually like visit the studio, like recorded everything at once, it was for the upcoming EP. It's already recorded, finished, artwork wise and everything.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. We have an extra one.
We'll surprise everyone. There's already more Birdflesh on the way.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys waste 0 time.
Or flip the coin, we base our lives.
I mean, dude, this is a fun, like, you know, you could say like this might be a waste of time too, but fuck, I don't care. I enjoy it. You know, if you're still having fun doing what you're doing, you know, I do it. It's fucking, you know, like humor in metal is kind of a thing. I think, like, you know, metal often takes itself a little too seriously in some, you know, sects of the fans and the bands, and hearing a band that brings a lot of levity to it, it's refreshing because they're still bringing everything you love about metal in terms of like the style of it, like the music itself, but having fun with lyrics and themes and imagery. Like, yeah, it kind of just, you know, like, yeah, let's just fucking have some fucking laughs and, you know, maybe hurt each other in the pit.
Yeah. I'm happy that we are that band, because it's hard to have many of those bands on the same bill. So whenever we like play a festival, it's like we are the ones that people can laugh with instead of only like banging their fist. No.
Yeah, as long as you're wrecking necks and you're getting people fucking giggling, like that, there you go. Like you got 2 sides of an interesting metal coin there.
I mean, we saw you guys at MDF. We know you can. We know you can command a crowd.
That was a fun show.
It was a very fun show.
It was one of those shows that like already from the start, like you saw glow sticks, shit thrown around, like inflatable fuck dolls, stuff like that. It's like
that seems to be the soundstage, man. This like the soundstage is where all the wild shit generally happens. Well, I mean, all right, that year, of course, you had like Autopsy and the whole fun little thing in the middle of that pit.
Did you see the tour video that we made from MDF?
Oh, when you were out singing with the Hare Krishnas?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And we actually took some shots from that that scene playing out in front of the stage. Did you see the edit with it along with?
I think I saw it in there. I was laughing my ass off to the Hare Krishna thing because I think we drove by some of that stuff on the way to the airport because it was still going on.
We did.
Oh, you didn't stop to talk to them?
No, we wanted to get to the airport, and you know the I'm pretty sure the Lyft driver just wanted us out of the car.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the Lyft drivers in Baltimore that weekend were tired of metalheads. So
yeah, people smell like shit. Some people smell like piss.
Yeah,
smells like balls and fucking onions in the back seat because all these fucking metalheads. All right. Well, I mean, do we want to track by track this? Because I think, yeah, I mean, we got 23 tracks, but we have the person that was there, and he can tell us all about it. So, I mean, honestly, I'm all for track by track in this because I have the archives brought up, so I can look at the lyrics at all of these too.
So Gorespring,
Gorespring, yeah,
Gorespring, thrashy, punky riffs. You guys pack so much into so little. You got a minute and a half for most of these, maybe a little shy of 2 minutes, and every song just has a punch packed into it.
It's ferocious, but I mean, like, again, condensed, but there's like a lot of cool movements within there. Like, I always think that's such an interesting challenge for grindcore. Like, it's like the anti-prog. It's like, no, we got this much space to squeeze in what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be fucking fun and violent.
That's the thing. It's like when we think that we have written a song that is like 7 or 8 minutes, it's like 2, and that's so fucking long. It feels a little bit boring. It means that have we done this right? It just feels wrong to play. It's like compared to other projects of mine, was like where the songs can be like 15, 18, 20 minutes long. But the Gorespring, that's Jocke. His name on this album is Trine Kräkvind. Sounds awesome in Swedish. It's like Trine, it's the nose of the pig. Is it called snot? Is it?
All right.
Yeah. So that's Trine, and the Kräkvind is like puke wind.
Man, there's definitely something lost in translation for all our English speaking fans. Yeah, that, I mean, all right, that's fucking pig snot puke wind.
Yeah, it's something like that. But it sounds like a real Norwegian name, like for real. It's like Trine Kräkvind, of course. Björn Tore Hansen. Like, it actually sounds like that. But yeah, Gorespring. I didn't know this, but the thought that Jocke is a big Nirvana fan. We are all Nirvana fans. But I didn't notice this about Nirvana, but Jocke told me that if you read the lyrics, it's like one positive, one negative, one positive, one negative. Kurt Cobain did that in a lot of songs. It's like springtime's here, finally, corpses floating in the sea. The sun is shining on the tree, hanging children from the tree. Like in the tree, So he did like that Kurt Cobain kind of style, like positive, negative, opposite style of lyrics.
Go back.
I had no idea until like 2 days ago.
Wow. I honestly, I've never thought about that in terms of Kirk's lyrics. Like, I would generally just all thought it was like, hey, it sounds like it's something positive, but it's definitely bummer music.
Right.
But I'm gonna go back and check out some of the lyrics again. I was like, holy shit, that is a weird meter.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a lovely description of spring in its glory.
It was rainy and gray here, but that's most of Toledo's weather. So yeah, we're used to it. Like, actually, I think our city was in like the top 25 cities in the U.S. that saw the least amount of sunshine,
which explains a lot.
Yep.
But Jess got these new lights for the plants. They're supposed to be like natural sunlight. They're little LED strips. So now if we don't get a lot of sunlight, I just come up here and stare at this, and it's supposed to be natural light.
That's not weird.
Plants grow.
Light in your face and pretend to be happy. It's like, oh, finally summer.
This feels nice. I'm not bad.
Whatever floats your boat, like, I'm happy for you.
I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get you a pot of dirt to stand in too. So, lavatory sickness. All right. Well, first off, the first thing I thought of was Arise, like Dead and Brown Excellus, because laboratory sickness infects morality. The lyric line. But looking at it, the lyrics, it's pretty clear what it's been about. I mean, I feel like you guys have Taco Bell somewhere in Sweden, I'm sure. Yeah, we've all been there.
Yes. Very recently.
But the reference, one of my favorite references I have to point out right now, with fear, I pissed the dark.
Yeah.
that is one of the most clever at the gates references I've heard.
Jocke wrote a line about this. He says, "It's about what we all want the best for in life." Ah, that's grammatics for you. All right, something that you can cherish, and want to have a good life. The ass. All right. I think he wrote me this when he was drunk, though. What the fuck is that? The grammatics doesn't really fit.
Yeah, my anal asks for some relief. My stomach is a lying thief. I mean, honestly, that sounds like stuff I would say to myself when I was drunk after a Taco Bell binge, because that's almost the only time that Taco Bell sounds good. Is like, I'm like fucking 10 beers in a night. Let's get some Taco Bell so I can match up the beer shits with like legit flaming diarrhea.
Yeah, but it's like
only
those festival shits when you think that you really need to take a shit.
Oh.
But when you sit down, you just have a fucking sweaty ass and you just fart and just wipe your ass and go away from there. I don't know if you have like many open air festivals, but it's like that was our childhood, like 2-3 every summer.
We saw the lines for the porta potty. I didn't have to. I will hold all the shit inside of me rather than use a fucking porta potty on a hot day at a festival. Like that's a special kind of hell.
You guys have Pepto-Bismol. We don't have that.
Oh.
No, we don't have that. It's like you need to get the end of a wine bottle, you know. That's our Pepto-Bismol. It's not allowed to sell in the European Union. Jeffrey from Organ Dealer, the New Jersey band, he sent me 3 bottles because he showed me this at Obscene Extreme 2019. I was hungover as shit, and I had the anal misery. If you so he gave me some Pepto-Bismol. I was like, holy shit! I wish we had this. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send you a care package with some Pepto.
Oh, thank you, please.
You send us awesome pins of ourselves.
Yeah, dude, that is like when we saw that, like, oh my, we've been pinned. Is this like a step above a meme? Because like it's
I think
tangible.
So.
I can touch it, and John still looks like, you know, my creepy son sitting on my lap at a ball game.
Exactly. Yeah. It's something wrong with that picture.
It's so gloriously wrong, though. I love it.
That's awesome.
Like when
one of the best things I've ever received.
Yeah, when John showed me that initially, like, oh my god, that is us, like some twisted doppelganger us.
And then
why are you on my lap?
The second we pulled the pins out of the bag, I looked and I went, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, there's a lot of extra laughing I had to like cut out because he would just like kind of just reel back and look at like, dude, I'm gonna get it together, I promise.
I had a great time when I was doing that. We bought our own pin machine. It's actually right behind me, so we make a lot of pins.
Dude, the pins are awesome. I mean, even the ones without our twisted mugs, the pins are fucking great.
I love them.
Hammer smash Japanese face.
Yes.
Dude, I love it. The video you guys did for that was brilliant. I love how you just like, because I don't really watch like the samurai movies. I like, you know, kung fu movies mostly. Like I was actually watching like Sammo Hung like fights on YouTube last night. But how you guys digitally imposed your faces on the characters, especially the women.
Yeah, that was me.
that was great. I mean, of course, the Cannibal Corpse references, but dude, just I love that song. It is absolutely ridiculous.
I wrote it. That was one of mine.
Well, good.
I actually make all the videos as well, so that's why I actually thanked you with my.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Nodding head.
I mean, like a short format, little fun fucking video like that. That is. It was engaging the entire. I had to watch it multiple times because I felt like I wasn't listening to the music. It was like, have I seen some of these movies?
Right.
But it was like
Seven Samurais. I can't remember the other movies, but You will probably see it in the comments. I think somebody wrote them down. Yeah.
And I always love, like, whenever a limb got lopped off, it was the spraying blood. Like, it's one of my favorite things. Like, I don't think the body like works like that, but whatever.
Probably cut off a head, like the main artery.
Yep.
Something like that, but not with an arm, I guess. But I fucking love that in the movie. So I know Tarantino made a great reference to those movies in Kill Bill.
Yes,
like the slaughter scenes, like
especially the first one, the whole fight in the dojo or whatever. With the Crazy 88. That whole fight scene is so well done. I love it.
Do you use Spotify?
Sparingly. I buy physical media, which I'm going to eventually get a copy of this here soon.
I'm actually happy for that, since if you write Hammer Smashed on Spotify, the algorithm puts this one on the second choice.
Nice.
A great way of like advertising the music,
Yeah.
Hammer Smash Japanese face. I mean, the title, everybody who's into extreme metal knows what we're referencing here, of course. Yeah, Crazy Japan, dig into vile. Crazy Japan, kill for a while. Crazy Japan, eaten back to life. Crazy Japan, fucked with knife.
I have no idea who you're talking about here. It's so cryptic. Like, I don't know.
This? Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
It could be anyone. Yeah, it could be Taylor Swift. It totally could be. I thought it was Rush.
Spoiler tip. Cannibal Ops.
Wait, yeah, like you guys even on the sticker, you guys had like a thing like about Japan in there. Is there just because I love Japanese metal and I'm a Godzilla nut, so I don't know. It was just kind of the interesting like love of Japan on there. And that isn't like the first time it brought him up too, but I mean, I just think it's like really cool. He just kind of interjected that little bit of wild culture, because Japan is a strange wonderland in a lot of different ways.
I mean, it's all about love for Japan. Ade, he wears the Japanese bandana. He's been doing that for at least 20 years. We play SOB cover, Vicious World, or we haven't played it for 4 years, something like that. But we used to do it live. It's just about love for Japan, and of course Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, that's the band you guys are talking about. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you.
It all makes sense.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah. Caravan Corpse.
Carnival Craps. Got it. Been there.
about caravans. You know the band REO Speedwagon.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's one American band that calls themselves REO Rape Van.
Actually, there was a punk band that called themselves REO Speed Dealer.
Oh shit!
Actually, I have them on a comp, and they were just like this gritty fucking punk band. It was like, I love you on the name alone. That's fucking awesome. That's like the guy you see in the parking lot at the REO Speedwagon show. Like, listen, I need to stay up with this boring shit. My girlfriend wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Mongolations? There it is. Mongolations of Desolation.
Yeah.
I mean, the first line in it, how hard can it be to quit stupidity? I mean, you've seen the channel. It's clearly hard.
Right.
Same old situation.
We're nowhere close
Brain
to that.
investigation, frantic masturbation, trapped in Mongolation.
It's like you wrote it about us.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're standing in Shredlord's living room.
Fun fact, but before I started to play in Birdflesh, I worked at like a care center for people with Down syndrome. And the guy who worked there, Alex, he turned out to be the guitar player in Birdflesh. So when they wrote like Mongo Musicale, I mean, guess where it took the inspiration from? Yeah, and back to Mongolations of Desolation. It's all about Adde writing a song, how he feels about himself sometimes. Let's see, it's about me being a retard. Yeah.
I'm smart with booze, too dumb to lose. I mean, I might have actually said that in a drunken stupor before, and then everyone's like, "No, come on, dude."
Brilliant. You're not.
But again, references Alice in Hell, Alice in Chains, in Africa, you bless the rains. Fucking hilarious song. But yeah, it's a little bit more like death metal-y on that one. Like there's some groovier sections. The riffs are a little bit more death metal. And again, that's one of the things I like about you guys. Like it's still 100% grind, but you pepper in a lot of stuff, and the looseness with the humor and the musicality. It just makes this band fucking fun to listen to.
Yeah, and that's one of the longer songs as well.
Yeah, it's
one of the ballads.
I had time to write.
Yeah, but it's like, but the riffs like dun, 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 dun. I mean, you can't play that once and just skip it. You need to play it like many times. I guess that's the reason why it turned out to be like 151. It needed to be that long, but to me, it feels extremely long when I listen to it, like compared to the other songs. A little bit slower death metal style.
I mean, I'm a sucker for that. Like, I hear like a Morbid Angel style tremolo riff. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I live here. This is great.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Chained to the Walk.
Yeah.
What a place to be chained.
We actually thought about making a video for this one because we have friends were working in kitchens. But yeah, Adde told me this tribute to all hardworking people in Asia. So many hours of work just to survive a day. But I fucking love it. Like chained to the book, you can actually see somebody's like cooking food for their life. It's horrible, but I mean, you should be able to make fun of everything, I guess. Chained to the book, noodles and rice. It boils and fries. Work 9 to 9. I'm just fine. Yeah, I sold my soul to the bowl. Extreme heat, always on my feet.
Dude, and listen to Holy Moses, another reference.
Yeah.
Like I said, I should have kept like a stat ticker on my notes in terms of like all the metal reference, because like sometimes like this song, like it feels like it's uniformly about one thing. It's like, oh, this is, I wouldn't say like super serious because it's not, but it kind of has like a little bit of that. But one little reference peppered in there for good measure, like bam, there's a little bit of like soy sauce splashed on it for flavor.
By the way, you know the album Night of the Ultimate Mosh?
Yes.
Did you read about what the album is all about, where the title came from? Do you know that?
Night of the Ultimate. I want to say I did, but I don't remember.
If I say Samantha Fox. So Samantha Fox, she made a tour. I think it's like, I don't know, 99. I really can't remember, but it's I think it's in the 90s. And she came by the small town Växjö in Sweden. At that time, maybe 30,000 people living there, and every like hard rock kid in town is like, we should go there and like make the best mosh of our lives. Like 200 people with the fucking leather jackets on came into that show and like shove all the disco folks to the walls, and they start to mosh, and the lyrics to that song is like all true stories, like 4 beers in their hands and started bleeding from their nose, and one guy broke his hand, stuff like that. So that's the whole thing about that was the Night of the Ultimate Mosh. That's a Samantha Fox show.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the stuff of legends right there.
Yeah. I didn't know this until like I don't know, until like 5 years ago. I never asked Adde about the title. That's fucking awesome.
Holy shit. I mean, I feel like I should have looked it up more, because I mean, I went over it in a collection update. That would have been an awesome fucking story to pepper in there. The Ultimate Mosh happened. This was real.
Yeah. Yeah, we opened with that one on MDF. That's what it's like. One thing that you can do. You can't do it very often, but it's like, hello, we are Birdflesh from Sweden. Do you know what night it is? Do you know what fucking night it is? It's a night of the ultimate marsh.
The crowd, again, the soundstage is just like a zoo without cages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always.
It's absolutely fucking nuts.
Trash cans thrown around in the mosh and like
anything
shit like that.
The stage divers are fucking nuts there.
Like,
when we saw
stage divers and blow up dolls, and when we saw Mortician there, that's when
dude. Saw
crazy.
Mortician. We saw him through a cloud of fucking smoke. Like their smoke machine was like you could kind of make out Will, but like it was like I don't know. I can hear him. That's the important part. But I remember when we saw DRI that same year, like Kirk was kind of like standing back a little bit. It's like, man, you fuckers are crazy. They lifted a kid in a wheelchair because he had a busted leg, and they got him to the stage.
That was the best day of that kid's life.
Dude, as soon as he got to the stage and they were wheeling him off, he's like, yeah. Like he was just fucking going. It was pretty big. I mean, DRA had a fucking killer set too.
2 times at MDF, I met a guy in a wheelchair and he has swords in the back. It's fucking awesome. And I told him, he's like, do you know Birdflesh? And I was like, no. Okay, please check this song out. It's called Wheelchair Impaler. We actually have a shirt of a guy like in a wheelchair with 2 swords in it. And then we fucking meet him at fucking MDF. I met him twice.
Dude. Like I would have been like, did we will you into existence?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right? And so you just created a character that popped up at MDF.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that old horror movie, In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's like he writes down shit in a book, and it turns out, yeah.
What is that?
Oh,
this is rakia. My girlfriend, she's from Bosnia. This is like, if you're sick, put it in your ear. If you want to get drunk, put it in your mouth. If I have like infection, put it on a potato peel in your sock. You know, that type of grandmother bullshit. It's any excuse to get drunk stuff. So whenever like Bosnian kids get sick, they're a little bit buzzed all the time since they get alcohol in their blood. They make it out of pear. This one is made out of plums, right? It's actually very good. Cheers.
Well, this isn't too sweet, but it's pretty tasty.
Oh,
cookie porter.
Well, who makes that one?
Breckenridge. Brewery, Colorado. It's one of the ones Josh brought home.
All right, should we get down to Welcome to the Jungle Rot?
Oh shit, we're already on song number 6 already.
Yep. Only 17 more to go.
I'm a man of war with a cock-eyed whore who fled the shore to find more gore.
Dude. Beat your jungle, roll the dice. I mean, you have like a condensed, hilarious Jungle Rot song right there.
Yeah.
And we love Jungle Rot here. I mean, they're the chants of old school, and every song like this next song is about killing someone, except you're wearing like face paint and an army helmet. You're in the army killing people. I guess it's like different than regular killing people.
I fucking love the end though. This is one of Yuki's songs. It's like that. Fast breaker, chain breaker, pacemaker, take me astray. What the fuck is that?
Dude, but like the song, I like it. It has this kind of like Motorhead-ish sort of like DB.
That's what I said.
It's catchier than hell. And again, it kind of breaks. I mean, it has like the grindy spots in it, but I like that it kind of just has this like very old school, like a little bit of like classic heavy metal to it. I mean, you guys know how to write fun fucking songs, and this was like one of my favorites.
I thought it had kind of a Mastodon feel to it too.
Yeah, that the depth, that like 4 minutes into the song with that.
Yeah, the big lead section that goes, and then they have the synths, and The bongos, the hand drums.
I flew beyond the beach before it was time. I don't know. Beach or jungle, roll the dice. Yuke sent me like a sentence. He's like, I once traveled to the jungle, got eaten alive by lethal creatures and died. Got a pacemaker and went astray. Yeah, he didn't take this too seriously though.
So that's a hell of a vacation. Like, man, stay the fuck away from that beach.
Yeah, probably he got drunk in a all-inclusive hotel in Cyprus. Something like that, you know.
I mean, that sounds like that could be a day in Florida too. So, I mean, I literally just got back from there.
Well could be.
Florida man is real, and he is everywhere. And apparently, here lately gets elected to office. Megalomaniac. Yeah. I was because all right, like me being me, I figured like, all right, is this a reference to like Black Sabbath? Because that's a great fucking Sabbath song. But look at the lyrics, is like it's about fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, I wrote these. I wrote the lyrics when I was drunk, and I watched a YouTube video about the megalodon, like the biggest fucking shark ever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know that megalomaniac was a real word. I didn't even know it. So it's like hunting, crushing, ripping. Soon it's time for fishing. And with our pronunciation, or how do you say it? Like it rhymes when we sing it in the Swinglish. So like packing pole and glasses, ready to kick some basses.
Sturgeons needs a surgeon.
But it's all about like a crazy guy. It's like wanting to catch the biggest fucking shark in the ocean, right? So he like slays all the fucking wildlife in the ocean. He kills everything to later find out that he was the biggest fucking shark ever. He was the biggest fucking asshole. Yeah. In the quest of catching the biggest fucking darkest creature, he became it himself.
I was gonna say that's you could have made the Mastodon reference right there with Leviathan, because I mean it's all about Moby Dick. Yeah. He's Ahab and Moby Dick at the same time.
Exactly. It maybe a little bit too deep, and it doesn't become fun. So I guess that's why we need to add like searching for the beast, king of the sea, king of the lake. What is that? King of the sea? Oh, yeah, I'll buy that. But king of the lake?
Like you're not gonna find a shark there. Like no, I'm gonna keep stabbing.
I totally am. Fuck you.
I mean,
second chorus we should have added like king of the pool or something like that.
Like, man, the weirdest thing happened at the kiddie pool today. This dude showed up with a fucking harpoon and like a half a bottle of scotch. I think I know where the other half was.
High on bath salts.
Like, there you go. And it had to have happened in Florida. Like
there's the next
Florida
video.
Man.
He's a hero that everyone needs to remember. Dude, our buddy Chris Crypt over at Megalomania, sorry. Megalomania. He sent me a CD of a band, oh god, what they're called, like Sergeant Slime or something like that, but the album was called Florida Man, and they're from Finland. So that is how far the legend of Florida Man is reaching, all the way to Finland, to the point where they will make an album about it. All right, Funeral Orgy.
Oh yeah,
the first sing along,
dude. All right, this was another one of my favorites on here, and another one of the longer ones. So you almost cracked 2 minutes according to the archives here at 1:59. What was the first thing I wrote here? Does that involve does that mean the mourners, or does that involve the corpse too?
Is it everybody?
Right. I guess it's the corpse is involved, but I don't mention it. Wait, suck me to death. Wait.
Yeah.
The first review I read about this album, it's like one guy gives it like 2 or 3 or like 0.5. It's like the worst fucking like it's so negative. It's so negative. But
did they think you were serious?
Yeah. He actually is like it's so fun to read like a review where somebody hates the album, and it's like he quotes it. It's like, "Suck me to death, suck me tonight." Really? Yes, really.
You have to, like, there has to be like some sort of like, all right, they're not serious. Like if you're going in, yeah, like thinking like, oh my god, they're serious. They had an orgy at this person's funeral. How insensitive.
Yeah, exactly.
That baffles me. I can't believe.
I mean,
yeah, that's baffling.
My sense of humor is generally dark. Like another person on Facebook made a it was a necrophilia joke, and of course I had to say, I was like, hey, sometimes you just want to crack open a cold one.
You killed it.
But yeah, and people got it, and like I'm sure there were probably some that was like, oh come on. I was like, what?
You totally butchered that one.
It's a joke, all right? It wasn't say like, hey, now I can make a new hole and stick my penis in there. They won't mind. They're not going to complain, and if they do, I have a whole other set of problems there.
Right.
But yeah, I fucking dig this song, dude. It's a little bit groovier. The riffs on it are fucking sick.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, thank you. It's
nice
actually one of those songs that I wrote, actually.
And like I said, it's the first sing-along. Actually, the next 2 tracks after it are sing-alongs too. I like sing-along Birdflesh songs.
The thing that I like the most is like it's an old, like, pun intended. You know that I won't pardon my hard-on. The situation made me stiff. It's just horrible, right? Like,
we live for puns.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, and if somebody's like, you can tell a person like, hey, dude, don't be a fucking racist, or like, don't be a fucking douchebag. It's like funeral orgy. We're mourning for the horny. Funeral orgy. It's a part of the process. Funeral orgy. Don't be necrophobic.
Yep.
I love that line.
Also like a hint to the Swedish band, of course. I remember when I wrote these lyrics, and we have like a family group, like my sisters, my brother, my father, and I'm a little bit drunk, and I'm uploading this. It's like, what do you guys think of this lyrics? It's like no answer at all. They must think I'm a fucking psycho, you know.
I show my mom like the shit I buy every now and then, and it takes a lot to shock her, because like years ago when she went through my collection, because she was just kind of curious what I was listening to as a shitty teenager, and she came across Butchered at Birth, and she's like, oh my god, there are babies hanging from meat hooks. Like, yeah, it's pretty sweet, right? Look at the song titles, like, oh, this is it's like, whatever, you're gonna listen to whatever you listen to. Years later, she watched that whole Cannibal Corpse documentary, Centuries of Torment. It's like, these guys are really cool. But yeah, like, it takes a lot to shock her these days, and some of the song titles, and some of them was like, oh, that's pretty horrible. It's like, yeah, I know. I don't imagine they're serious. They're godfathers of the gore lyric, essentially. Like, I don't think anyone took it to those extremes, and at that point, and honestly, that's kind of the reason why I think it's still around, because they had so much fun with it. And now we can talk about funeral orgies, and it's like, oh, they're totally not serious. This is just ridiculous fun. Unless you get like one really uptight reviewer, like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever.
Oh my god.
Like, I am offended. I was like, well, understandable. We also don't care.
It has been months since we had intercourse. You said you love me to death, and now I give you my respect. Like, I know the reason why everyone came, but while we're here, I got to ask, do you feel the same? Like, whose sick mind goes into a fucking funeral? It's like, okay, I gotta ask these people, are we here for the same reason?
Dude, how do you initiate that? Like, do you send out flyers? Like, listen, it's definitely going to be like, a remembrance of, but
yeah, we're going to remember.
Like, in terms of mourning, I have ideas,
Yeah.
Like she really liked sex.
Yeah. Sorry, I really have to ask your family this. Your aunt is getting horny mighty well. I can see it in her eyes, and we all feel the smell. Your brother is grown bigger than before when the coffin is carried through the funeral door. Okay. Next song.
Chainsaw Frenzy. First off,
Fuck
you
yes.
got Matt Harvey. That's the right fucking dude to get in terms of chainsaw anything.
Agreed.
Diehard Exhumed fan, diehard Harvey fan. You know,
Yeah.
The dude's awesome. He's like one of metal's spirit animals. But this song, fucking vicious. There's a breakdown on there that could cave in fucking heads. And again, short, condensed, but man, like, dude, it's just such a vicious song.
I guess for all the reasons that you were saying here is like that's why you had it as a single for the album, I guess. And I totally agree on Matt Harvey. I couldn't say it better. The first time I met Matt Harvey, it was in Germany, and I saw him on stage, and he's like to the crowd, it's like, "Have you guys heard a song called Hammer Smashed Face?" And the crowd is like, "Yes." And he's like, "All right, this song is about hammer smashing everything." It's like, what? That's fucking great stage banter right there.
Yeah,
dude, he's great on stage. His banter is hilarious. Like, what was it? They like to squeeze in the really short song they did on not the most recent one, but the one before it. The one that was all about like VHS horror. It was called Utter Mutilation of the Corpse, and it's only like a few seconds long. And he always does this thing. Like, this was like a deep, meaningful song we wrote. We really connected on an emotional level. It has a lot of personal meaning to me. It speaks to me, and it's called Utter Mutilation of the Corpse. They go, Utter Mutilation of the Corpse. Like, thank you so much. But his stage banner is fucking great. I mean, he's got Ross Sewage up there to play off of, which Ross is fucking hilarious too.
Yep.
And some of the best deep growls out there.
We actually had Dylan playing a chainsaw solo on this song. Dylan is the guy with the chainsaw live with Exhumed. So he's the guy who actually recorded. So this isn't like sampled from
shit,
YouTube or something. It's like he actually sent us a chainsaw solo.
I thought it was just like, you know, standard practice horror movie sample. Yeah, you had someone play lead chainsaw on an album. Exactly.
How do you feel about that? How accomplished do you
flex.
Yeah, I fucking love that idea to bring in him as well, because he does a lot of great stuff live.
Dude,
the whole stage show, the
grind plate where he does the back and forth leads with Sebastian, which that kid's a fucking awesome guitarist.
Yeah.
But like him revving up the crowd, the decapitated head full of fake blood that he just gets out in the pit and just everyone's getting fucking baptized. Great. I mean, I've seen Exhumed now 3 times, and every fucking night they just crush. They're so much fucking fun.
I fucking love the end of that song. It's like, fuck it all and fucking no regrets. Like, fuck it all, fucking no regrets. About that, fuck it all and fucking no regrets. You know, the old Metallica song is like, no remorse, no regrets. I'm working on a t-shirt for Birdflesh, and it says, no remorse, just regrets.
Great.
First, we are thinking about doing is like, no remorse, just Tourette's.
Dude, man, those
either
are
one
both
of those
good.
I think would work out.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like just regrets though, because I love, like, you know, just self-deprecating humor. We do a lot of that.
A lot of that on Thralls. For sure.
We constantly tell our subscribers, like, listen, you guys, there's so much other stuff on YouTube to watch, and I mean, we appreciate you slumming it, with us.
Yeah. But please, guys, grow up. Like, leave our channel.
Like, seriously, you could do better. We're kind of glad you don't. Like, you know, low standards are a huge turn on for us.
Right.
What was the next one here? Bombraid Bonanza.
Yeah. I think Jocke stole like the 4 first notes of that riff from an old Swedish punk band.
I got big punk vibes on it. Honestly, this was the first one I just legit wrote down. SOD goes grind, because it just has it, like, you know, minus maybe like some of the, well, even the blastier sections, because Charlie could fucking blast.
Yeah.
Sure. It has like something like you could just pull right off of like fucking Speak English or Die. Like, it has that sort of vibe, that sort of pissed off, snarly, sort of like punky attitude to it.
I really don't know what Jocke meant about the lyrics, like Bombraid Bonanza, Bonsai Hi-Fi Bye Bye, Bombraid Bonanza, Bonsai Hentai Die. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's a fun Japan reference, man. I still don't quite get hentai, but different strokes for different folks.
Of course. Yeah, it's like people who got into that shit. They even like wore like T-shirts to school, like hentai. Like, what the fuck?
It's like,
I fucking hate myself for that.
When I was a kid, and it was an interesting realization, because I was a big fan of Lost Exorcisto, White Zombies, awesome fucking album. The whole opening to Welcome Planet Motherfucker is technically from a hentai, but it was before hentai was called hentai. It was called Yorosoka Dojo, Legend of the Overfiend, and I rented it. It was in the horror / anime 18 is what they called it. Like, you had to be 18 in order to rent it. I was like, why? It looks like it's just violent. Nope. It was like a lot of demon sex, like non-consensual, and like a demon attacking an entire city with like 20 penises. It was a lot to process, but it was honestly like kind of a cool anime. But yeah, like White Zombie fucking sampled this movie. Which,
20 flying penises.
Yep.
A whole bag of dicks.
Yep. I mean, there's not, I don't think there was a bag big enough. Like, there was like city blocks of dick.
You know the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm. Fucking these fucking worst cursing words. She's like, you guys can go and suck each other's rotten peckers until you get mouth cancer, bitch. It's like, how the fuck? It's like, you guys can go and suck a whole bag of dicks. You know, it's just amazing curse words here.
Oh my dude, the level of improvisation, like, because they just do like the loose script, like, all right, this is the setting, this is the subject you have to get to, have fun. And like some of the shit that she says too, like one of my favorites is, it was one where like Charlie was talking close to her and was like, Charlie, your breath smells like an old lady fart passing through an onion.
Yeah, I love that one.
And I've actually used that one before because it was so fucking good. But yeah, that show is brilliant. I need to catch up. I haven't watched since like season 7 or 8, and I imagine it's only gotten raunchier.
My brother met Danny in line. He was out skiing in, I think it's like Chamonix, France, Switzerland, maybe, I don't know, somewhere there. And he was like standing at the side of like Danny DeVito. It's like that dude. I mean, he's short, but I imagine that like half his body is just an ass. You know? It looks like he has the shape of a football with arms and legs. You know?
Yeah, actually, I remember it was Batman Returns when he was in like the penguin fucking onesie, whatever. It was like the entire time I was looking at him, I was like, I feel like his ass crack starts somewhere in the middle of his back.
Up here.
Like, I'm pretty sure the hole's still in the same spot, but I feel like there's a lot of extra
wipes his ass.
Like he's got a cleft back.
Like, don't use too much toilet paper, Danny.
Like, I'm using the toilet brush and just kind of getting
in there. Yep.
All right. I Will Never Rot.
Oh,
you guys always like to pepper in like a little bit of black metal. I love that. Like all of a sudden you get some cold riffs in there. This one was like, all right, this is this is almost kind of just a black metal song. Really short though.
Saxon wrote isn't that song about like a mailman going through snow and ice?
God, what album was that one on?
I can't fucking remember, but it's somewhere in my head. I imagined it was like a person that was gonna deliver post like through winter wind and frosting snow. I want to stay, but got to go. The way is long, way too long. I got to be so mighty strong. I mean, it's nothing fun here. Don't laugh.
Damn it! I already fucked up.
Like I don't know. It's like hell is cold and heaven's hot. This is all I know and got. I will die with frozen snot. I will never rot.
That was the line I loved.
I think we can relate. It's cold a lot in Ohio. It's still cold. It's 40
cold
degrees
right
today.
now.
Yep.
It's cold and it's
40
damp
degrees.
and it's gray.
Yep.
Blasting storm, hot chocolate cup, falling down, then get up. Freezing moon, got to cough, lost my head, it fell off.
Yeah, I think this dude works in Ohio, doesn't he?
Yeah, right.
All right, next song.
Amputee Admiration.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
Okay.
I was the first thing I thought of was Punch and Stench Amputee. I wasn't sure if that was the reference there, but yep, I've made a lot of jokes like this, but oh my god, dude. Enthralled by P, bewitched I see. I'm obsessed by the beloved amputee.
Amputee.
Yep. I think this is the longest track, is it? No, it might.
No,
it
is
longest,
right?
Yeah, you hit the 2-minute mark.
It is. True that.
Dude, I like the big death metal sort of chorus on it.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of thrashy riffs on it, and I think like probably the longest lead too. I mean, well, you had 2 minutes to work with there.
I like this song as well. It's one of the songs that Other wrote. I think it's strong, and I think when you get thrown into the chorus from that it's fucking catchy. The first band that I recorded songs with, I haven't met the guy in like 20 years. I found him on Facebook. I wrote him. I was like, oh, it would be awesome if you could like lay down a solo on this one. So it's like 4 different guitar players on this song.
Yeah,
I
remember I looked that up, and I was trying to pull like whoever was guessing, but they like I think the only thing they had were like some underground bands that I'd never heard of, and even the archives didn't have much on, or it was like they guessed it on this album. So
yeah, it's a guitar player of Antichrist, Swedish band, and it's the guitar player of Organ Dealer, Jeff, and also this guy from my first band, and then myself doing some dives like stuff like that. But I think it's like turned out pretty cool. It's like one solo, and if you don't think about it, you don't even hear that it's like 4 different recordings. It's just a solo.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was like one continuously. Like it flows pretty fucking seamlessly.
I don't have very much to say about this song, but except that I think it's one of the strongest one on the album for me.
You guys find a way to be extreme and catchy at the same time, and again, of course, the humor makes it even more endearing. But yeah, like again, pulling from different influences, like different styles, and kind of combining it in the grind thing, like that keeps the music interesting. It isn't just like the last Rotten Sound album, which I absolutely fucking love because it is a full tilt fucking just explosion. Like every song detonates. You guys have some like fun kind of dynamics you guys work into the songs, and still keep it in that condensed grind fucking format. And hooks, like a lot of people, I've heard people say, I don't like grind because it's not very catchy. I was like, hey, you're doing it wrong, whatever.
Yeah, the songs stand out. There's melodies to remember, and there's vocal patterns to remember, so it makes it more unique.
Yeah.
I mean, people can find excuses to like write shitty riffs, and shitty riffs can be good riffs as well.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's all about the riffs.
Yeah.
And of course, like the rest of the dimensions. But I've heard a lot of bands that's like all the songs sounds like the same, and it's hard to even like hear a riff. It's like, what's the point of only making noise? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can see that some people like the sustained energy, like as long as it's still like like bearing the needle as far as like fucking like intensity and shit. Like I get that, but at the same time, do you have a fucking giant thing of donuts over there?
I do.
Jesus Christ. But but yeah, like some people just like the good intense ride, but I like hearing that sort of intensity, but also riffs too. Like break it up a little bit, give me some groovy sections, some breakdowns, some, I just like that in my extremity. But yeah, that dimes shit, it's still fucking fun. It's just I prefer riffs that are going to get stuck in my head.
I love that. We are 1.5 perfect fit. Smells like amputee spirit. It's bad, but
I mean, if we're like, it seems like it gets, I don't know, well, different worse with the next track, Incest Melodies.
Your mom
is your dad.
Brother is your life. The most fun you ever. Banjo is your wife. Like we've been to some of these places. Like Southern Ohio is, and then you get into West Virginia and it's like really, like there's some rural sections out here where there's a lot of questions to be asked. Like, wow, man, those cousins sure are close.
On Extreme Graveyard Tornado, there was a song called Garlic Man. It started like, I don't know the name of the instrument in English, so fuck it. But that's about when Adde took the bus to Alvesta, a small town outside of the birth town of Birdflesh. Like 2,000 people living there max. And it's like, you can smell the misery when you drive into Alvesta. It's like that rotten. And Garlic Man is about this guy sitting on the bus every day, and the stench of his garlic, you can feel it. Like other sitting in the back of the bus, like he's sleeping, and he wakes up when the doors open and the stench of garlic comes in. Yeah. So that was a time when everybody thought that garlic smelled bad. Do you remember that time? It was like 99. Now everybody's like pretty cool with garlic.
I've always loved garlic. I just don't want to smell it on someone.
Yep. Smell it on someone else.
You can't use enough. Garlic is always good.
Garlic's amazing. But you smell it cooking, you're like, oh, that smells amazing. You smell someone that smells like garlic that walks by, like that's a different, like, man, just wash literally everything. Like I want to throw a stick of deodorant at you.
But why I mention this, because this song is about this town. So we have a second song about this town. So this is Alvesta.
Honestly, I thought it was like, you guys just like, let's watch Deliverance. And it was like, the banjo bit. I mean, oh yeah.
Yuki wrote, it's about a Swedish hillbilly town called Alvesta, where everyone is related, married, and horny, and plays the banjo. True story.
Oh my god, dude! It sounds like there's not a lot of forks in the family trees there. It's probably more like a wreath.
It's a horrible place.
Family wreath.
The only reason why you go there is like the only legit reason why you should go through Alvesta is like if you go by train and you need to go to Växjö and from like I don't know, Stockholm or something. You go by Alvesta. It's a horrible place. Next song.
The next song actually it touched a special place in terms of my drunken behavior. Balcony piss. So I used to have an apartment with my buddy, who is my buddy I'm going to go see tonight and hang out with, and we used to get stupid drunk. And I lived. We were on the second floor. We had a balcony, and instead of using the fucking toilet like civilized human beings, we would just piss off fucking balcony. And we had neighbors below, and they actually reported us, and somehow I managed to con my way out of that with the landlord. And it's like, I got reports of people urinating off the balcony. I was like, no, that's ridiculous. It must have been friends of ours. We're gonna have a talk with them. And she was like, oh, well, because you seem like a really sweet person. I was like, I'm probably wearing like a fucking Slayer shirt in there. I was like, yeah, no, I'm a sweet person. But yeah, we actually ended up just like, all right, we can only do that if it's raining that night. So we can the drunken piss and drunken puke, like it's like, dude, this is like literally my old apartment. I feel like it's spiritually about that, because I
think this is about everybody's old apartment.
Yeah.
we all had an apartment in the 20s. We all weren't the most responsible.
We all never got that security deposit back.
This was actually when we played Obscene Extreme, and he went out to the balcony of the hotel, and he didn't find his way in. So he pissed from the balcony, woke up with his broken phone. True story. On Extreme Gave a Tornado, we have a song called Piss Boy. And that is actually out there because at Obscene Extreme, second night, I wake up. I bought 15 vinyls, something like that. Put them in my suitcase with all my clothes and stuff. Woke up, it's all wet, floating around. It's like, what the fuck has happened? I was like, hey, what the fuck has happened? And Jocke, he starts to laugh directly, because it's like, as soon as he hears that, I think that somebody pissed in my suitcase, he just begins to laugh, because Adde sleepwalks and he pisses in drawers, my suitcase. He pissed on his wife's suitcase the night they got married.
Dude, all right, legit. That was something my buddy used to do too. His wife, she had this giant cutout of Jeff Gordon. She was a big fan of NASCAR racing at one point, and he drunkenly passed out on the couch one night, and he literally sleptwalked. He got up and just dropped trowel right in front of this cardboard cutout of Jeff Gordon and pissed on it. And she managed to come down and catch him doing it, and had to guide him, what are you fucking doing, and guide him while he was just still peeing. It's a classic maneuver. He did that at the same apartment that I had, and then luckily we didn't live that fucking high up. It was a second floor. He literally threw a leg over the balcony and then just hopped down and walked around the building. He broke the neighbor's little fucking stupid step they had down there, and I literally met him around the front of the apartment. Like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah,
I know that Keo, the singer of Rotten Sound, told me a story that the Obscene Extreme bar, they have a balcony, and the other guys went down. I think it was Keo and the drummer in the band went down, and suddenly say oh, it starts raining. And then I think the guitar player standing in the bar balcony, pissing down, and yeah, and he pissed on them.
Oh. I mean, calculated risk, I guess. Sure. Yeah, I would be if I was an Obscene Extreme, just because I've seen all the the videos that have been out before. You know what, man, these people are crazy. there's gonna be some incidences of like, oh yeah, no, I got peed on. It happened. The next one, shortest track on here. Yeah,
it's the only one that is like really extremely short, isn't it?
Yeah, 19 seconds. Like this is the super short one. But dude, One Tooth Misery. I feel like are you still hanging out in the town? Because it sounds like this is the same town.
Still in the incest town?
No, it's actually a true story. Yuke had a crazy night. He had a lovely weekend, and he got his teeth knocked out. He drank some whiskey.
Oh,
lovely weekend. One tooth left, but I think that's more than the truth. But a couple of teeth, crazy, but that's how it goes. Single malt, single life, single tooth. That is what I always said. It's like a motto to live by. Single malt, single life, single tooth.
Well, I mean, as long as you're taking care of that last tooth, I suppose it's okay. Like this one's the winner. It hung on. Lose your eyes. If there was a story, because you told us earlier about what that was about. All right, there was a story that really pulls at my heartstrings because, man, if I lost my copy of Arise, because I was bummed when I fucking wore it out. Like it started skipping so bad on meaningless movements that it just upset the living shit out of me. Mm-hmm. So I had to go out and find a new one, and I had to mow lawns for fucking cash back as a fucking teenager. So that sucked.
I don't have the case for mine anymore.
I still got I got the gold disc one that they reissued with the Orgasmatron cover on it and a bunch of other shit. But I mean, I wore that one out too. Yeah, but actually, the obituary sort of vibe on there too. Like even the vocals, like there were a couple of like the John Tardy-ish sort of screams. Yeah, like
I lost my eyes.
Yeah, I love all things John Tardy, and his thing about like every word has to end in it's amazing.
I bought it when it was released. I was very pleased. Now the Raw has ceased. My favorite, better than the Roots. I lost it for good, probably in the woods, but I lost it for good, probably in the woods.
I like I said, that school trip, like, listen, we need to turn the bus around. I will fight everyone. Mm-hmm. We're going to be on the news. And I might be in juvie, but I'm going to get my CD back.
I think it's pretty clever to get almost like all the titles of Sepultura in the lyrics.
Yeah, that's fucking great. Chaos ADD.
Chaos ADD, yep.
My schizophrenia runs deep. Chaos ADD. I slowly run. Lose the eyes. What do we have? Natural Born Filler?
Natural Born Filler.
Dude, all right. That song is totally not fucking filler either. Like, honestly, dude, hardcore-ish. The samples, or is that a sample in there? I think there's a sample in there. I got a lot of like agnostic front.
But we had Louis Ifer from the Teething, the singer of Teething. Is doing the first lyric, and the second one is Yuke, because Yuke, our bass player, he always says like, your song sucks. We won't play it live. It's not enough gore. And that's the reason why I wrote this. It's like, your song suck. We won't play it live. I asked for a hit, and you wrote some shit. It's okay, but nothing more. And the lyrics doesn't have a single word of gore. That's something that he could say to me. Like, this song will be remembered as one we will forget, but end up on the album. I guess all bands have songs like that. Come on! But this is all true. It's like, I sat down 15 minutes, riffing my guitar, wrote some stupid lyrics, and realized the song was a natural born filler. And this is the truth about this song. It's like 15 minutes, stupid lyrics, and like a self-titled song here. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it was one of my favorites on here, and I just it's catchy. It's another one that I just think is catchy as hell. But the song title instantly, it was like, that's fucking hilarious. And then and this is actually the first time I've really looked at the lyrics on here.
Dude, yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
I did myself a disservice, man. I didn't know you could look up all the lyrics on Metal Archives. Now that I'm reading them all, finally.
That's like a constant struggle when you're writing a grindcore album, right? Like the critique is like write a song and make the album long, write a hit so we can make it fit, a brutal song and the lyrics strong, make it fast with a lot of blast. It sounds like something that somebody can just tell you. It's like, okay, this is the guidelines.
It's the producer yelling from the mixing room. It's like, all right, here's what you need to do. I'm like, well, I think we know. Shut up. I'm a professional. You're paying me.
Right. Play this riff over. But I
thought we got it right the first time. 6 more times. What? 6 more times. My hours are very billable.
Right. You're paying me for this, remember.
Someone's paying me. Someone better be paying me.
Some guy in a suit and a cigar sent from the record company. Like, yes, you have to listen to me.
Chomping on a cigar. It's like, pretty sure you can't smoke here. Fuck you. Anyway, There was some dude I was watching on YouTube that brought up a whole thing that, like studio execs and producers, being more involved in certain bands that I think can make popular. It's like, oh, we're just going to change around some of your songs. I think this is how you play it. And I just can't imagine like that with a major label signing a grindcore band and like, all right, we're gonna kind of make this grindcore thing catchy. It's like, I mean, I think we do all right. Like, listen, I shit fucking gold records, all right. I know what I'm talking about. You know nothing. Crazy Pit. It sounds pretty self-explanatory. Is it the ultimate mosh though?
What is this song really about? It's like the obscene extreme pit, right? It's like
I mean, it could have been MDF. That was a pretty crazy pit too.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to visit Obscene Extreme. I hear that,
dude. That one's been on my list for a while, just because I see the videos. Like, I think the first time I saw, I was looking up stuff by Ghoul, and I found live footage from Obscene Extreme, and it was like, dude, this looks ridiculous. Like ridiculous amounts of fun, but it's all the way in the Czech Republic, and that's a lot of traveling.
We haven't been overseas yet.
No,
if you ever come, I pick you up at the airport. Promise.
Awesome.
All right, because we will not know where we're going at all. Like, we'll be immediately lost.
The thing about this song, right?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I have a pick here. I have a bass here. So it's like these 3 notes. Okay. In different, it's like. That's the whole fucking song, but in like 4 different rhythm patterns. But it's the same. That's the whole song, but you don't even think about it when you listen to it. But it's such a fucking retarded riff.
I mean, it's chuggy. It's again SOD. Like, honestly, when I listened to it, that one it reminded me of just in terms of simple but amazing riffs, March of the SOD. Mm-hmm. The opening riff, like, it reminded me of, actually I wrote March of the Birdflesh. And it's like, it was like, it captures that sort of crossover energy, but it grinds it up a little bit. And it's fucking killer track. Fat Pigs,
dude.
Dude,
reminds me of Primus all day. Primus and the Corn Bugs.
That's one of mine.
Dude, in terms of like one of the most laugh out loud song on the album that I had,
it's my favorite.
Was this one, dude. When the recorder song comes in, I about fucking lost it, dude. It's just silly, goofy, and like I love it. It's. I mean, if you were going for gloriously dumb and fun, that's like that's the one, dude. I love it.
Yeah, like, that's my favorite.
It is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking glad to hear that. Two things. We want to make fun of Macabre.
There we
go. Because they have these kind of songs, right?
Yes.
They're like, and the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. It's like, what the fuck are you singing about? It's like weird. It's so weird to like write songs like that. And the second one is like the main riff. That's Super Mario Bros. 2. Nobody's ever thought about
shit.
That. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I'm trying to think.
Like in the
level.
desert.
Oh yeah.
It's like the first tour that I made with Birdflesh. How I got into the band was that Adde called me. It was like, "Hey, this is Adde from Birdflesh," and I met him at a show, like once in Czech Republic, and he came to see my old death metal band in our local show. And he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you could go on tour with us, like playing guitar. We're going on a Nightliner tour with Macabre." I was like, "Yes." So we made like 18 shows with Macabre, and we got to hear this crazy set 18 times. And live with them on a bus. Yeah, I mean, that's an experience.
One of the most unique bands in extreme metal in general. Like it's hard to even like categorize them. Like they're Macabre. Like you just know it when you hear it. It's like it's goofy, it's heavy, and it's generally about serial killers.
My mom came into work. She looked like a pork to us. That looks like those two words should rhyme, but you don't pronounce it work with pork, right? So the first idea was to like, my mom came into work. She looked like a perk. but yeah, we didn't do that. I sent these lyrics to my mom when I wrote them, and
how'd that go?
She took it personally. She always does.
So Christmas is going to be awkward this year. So, hey, Mom, could you pass the mashed potatoes? I was like, I could, but you wrote a song about stabbing me and eating me. I could do that. I'm still on that, yeah.
But you, son, can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you're grounded. I know you're like, you're an adult, but you're fucking grounded.
In Jesus' name, stay home. Like that isn't grammatically correct either, right? It's like my mom came into work to give me lunch and a hug. It's like and a hug, right?
And hug. Yeah, it says
to give me lunch and hug.
Well, I mean, it could be like just like because we do the whole we just put an N and an apostrophe there, so it could be lunch and hug.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that sounds like a fucking name of like a really weird like diner someplace. Like, welcome to lunch and hug. Like, I just want the food. Don't touch me.
Don't talk to me. Give me this food.
Like, we're good. You can take my order, but no hugging. Absolutely no. What's the next?
All the ages.
All the ages.
All of
I don't know if this works in English though. Does it?
Iron Age, Stone Age. I'd say this is one I didn't read. The last one, the piss and poo age. Are we living in that age now?
In Sweden, so. when like kids when they grow up, they always it's like when they are 3, maybe 4. It's like piss, poo, that type of state of mind that we have stayed in all of our lives.
Yeah, I never
as grown men, right? We call that in Swedish like kiss och bajsåldern, which translate to the piss and poo age. That's like around when you're 3 and 4. So it's like the Dark Ages, the Stone Age, the Iron Age, and the piss and poo age, and it's still going on. What is next?
I'm pretty sure we're in the piss and poo age.
Oh yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that the piss and poo age just continues on. Like,
yeah,
it's probably never left because I mean I know in the Dark Ages there's probably tons of piss and poo, and the sanitation was probably not that great. So piss and poo everywhere.
Hammers, swords, and axes, and the shields were made by elves. Yeah, that's Iron Age for you.
Dude. Butchering barbarians. Barbarians were butchering. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, are we gonna get flagged for saying the next song?
I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, so let's not say it.
Something file pal. And that first word begins with P. So we'll go with that. People can draw their own conclusions, and I'm going to recommend they fucking buy the album anyway. They'll see the song title. Oh, that's what they were talking about.
but tell me, what do you think this song is about?
It sounds like it's about like a certain person. Like, all right, the first thing I usually think about is clergy, just because
is that your uncle?
No, like churches and shit. Like that's the first thing I think about because, well, there's a lot of that still.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Yeah, that's a hell of a sanctuary for. Yeah.
The thing is, this song is about a dog actually. Do you have this brand of dog food called Pedigree Pal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Read the lyrics now. Beware, little child. He was born to be wild. His crimes are not mild. The dog.
Yeah.
A sick passion for boys.
Oh my
with their
God.
toys. Adults ain't his choice because they always love to play with the children, right?
My God, dude. That's like some next level brilliance there because I legit thought it was about like, peder-ass priests.
No.
But it's about a dog.
It's about like playing with your dog, and it's like, but beware, like the parents is like, hey, he's just a wild animal,
Yeah, if he starts rubbing up and down your leg, just watch out for the lipstick.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in the basket.
Red Rock.
In the beginning of the song, there's a sample from Ronja Rövardotter. It's an old Swedish movie. All the Swedish people know it. It's about people living in the Stone Age in Sweden. The father breaks the connection with his child because the child does something wrong or blah, blah, blah. And he's riding on a horse out in the forest and he screams like, "Jag har inget barn. Jag har inget barn. Jag har inget barn." Which means it's like, I don't have a child. I don't have a child. I don't have a child. and then,
I'm sure I've made my parents feel like that before.
It's like when you get really pissed off, you take a horse right out in the forest and scream that you don't have a child.
My notes for this was very deicide-ish opening. Like again, it kind of has like a little bit more death metal to it. Yep. But I also wrote, can't play this song within 500 yards of a school.
Yeah, but now you know that we can.
But now I know. It's like, no, you can. Well, you can bring the dog to school. I think. I mean, it depends on the teacher's all right with it. Just mind the lipstick. Like that. It's like the ultimate bait and switch. There, like, oh shit, this is some dicey subject matter. It's like, nah, it's a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, I mean, honestly, you think about it, it's like, wow. So, like, are like older dogs all kind of. You could call them that technically since they love to play with the kids. And if they get excited, it's like, oh, dirty dog. You may have ruined something for me, but also made it even more interesting. I fucking love it. Yep. All right, what was the next one? All inclusive.
Do you have this phenomena? It's like you take a flight to another country and you say that, hey, I visited Egypt or something like that, but all that you did was staying at an all-inclusive hotel. You stay at the swimming pool, you get drunk, you eat, and you sleep, and you do the same thing like for a whole week. And when you leave, you haven't like bargained with a guy at the local square. You haven't seen the fucking pyramids. You haven't done anything of that shit. But yeah, you're a globetrotter. You've been to Egypt. But you could have done the same thing in your own fucking backyard.
Right.
I haven't left the country, God, man, in a while. It was in Cancun, Mexico. And despite my hangover, because I drank like so much fucking tequila down there. I still went to Chichen Itza, which was absolutely amazing. Even though I was like terrified because I know like Fer-de-Lance, the common lance head snake is all over that fucking area, and I'm scared to death of snakes. But seeing like the Mayan ruins and all that stuff, and like the the altars where they would like fucking remove the hearts and let the blood flow down, I was like, wow, man, that's fucking brutal. But yeah, like I think if you're in another country, you gotta check out like the stuff, like immerse yourself in the culture. Like, you know, when I was in Florida, like there's not much culture to immerse yourself in. I went to record stores. That's all the culture I wanted.
But that's the thing with these lyrics. Like in Sweden, because like, yeah, I've been to all-inclusive resort, and you have to maximize it. You have to eat, you know, when you go to a fucking China food buffet, you always leave it's like with stomachache because you're eating so fucking much because you're a greedy son of a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine doing that for like a fucking week, and upon that being drunk fucking all the time, forgetting to bring the sun lotions. You look like a fucking lobster if you come from Sweden, at least. You know, like
grill marks.
I'm Dr. Schoenberg, homeowner.
Hooray, I'm useful. The best Schoenberg line was like, you know, when he brought up the giant pill, and he was like, I'm not going to be able to swallow that. It's like, good news, it's a suppository. It's still hands down my favorite Schoenberg line ever. It's big. It looks like a fucking time capsule. Like, oh, horrifying. Ow.
But all-inclusive. This is about a vacation that I had. I went to an all-inclusive like once, and I tried the whole thing. It's like drunk fucking Englishmen. You know, Englishmen, they are fucking pale as fuck because it rains all the time. You know, they don't get any sun, and they work in an office, and they go to Greece, eat, swim in the pool. They all look like lobsters, as we talked about, and they wake you up because they are at the wrong door, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like, open the door, honey. Like, fuck you, you don't live here. Yeah, this is all true. It's like drunk people own the floor, all filled up with food and more. The drinks are fucking everywhere. The stench will lead you there. The DJ make you cry, and you will surely die. This is the last time you will be alive. That line, this is the last time you will be alive. It's an old Hypnosia song. Check out the band Hypnosia. But yeah, it's
Swedish thrash band.
Yeah.
Yep, I have their stuff. They're really fucking good.
This is the last of you. You will be alive. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that was the reason why we took that line.
I mean, like I said, I just got back from Florida, and the resort was pretty much that. Like, yeah, I've seen someone actually throw up in, well, it was the hot tub, not necessarily the pool, but yeah, same thing. The DJs would play nothing but the most garbage pop shit, and then if you didn't like that, there was also like multiple dudes with an acoustic guitar playing like Matchbox 20s fucking greatest hits. Is like, dude, fucking kill me. There was one night.
I don't know if I ever been good enough.
Wait, no,
you've never been good enough.
God no. There was a dude that was playing in one of the bars, and my sister, my mom, my brother-in-law, and the kids were just kind of walking around. My mom was watching the kids and spending, you know, grandma time with them, and we were just kind of polishing off our fucking frozen drinks, which I was ingesting quite a few. And in between songs, the guy on the acoustic guitar is like, hey, does anyone know who did that song? And me being me, I just screamed Slayer at the top of my lungs. And I made the bartender do a spit take, apparently, because we went back in to order more drinks. And he looked at my brother-in-law and I, and we both looked like metalheads, and we were both wearing metal shirts. Like, all right, which one of you did it? Which one of you did it? It was like, it was me. It's like, dude, I almost spit my drink at someone. I laughed that hard. Thank you for that.
You've seen the meme, Slayer, of course.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Do you know who did that?
With the one dude that did the whole big rev up in the chair.
Do you know the guy?
No.
Because I saw this clip like 20 years ago, and I did my own podcast, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I never heard about who this guy is. Somebody has to interview him. I found this guy. His name is Daniel Schleyer. His dog's name is Slayer. I have him on Facebook now. I made a podcast with him about like, how did you become this meme and how his life changed after this. So we talked like 2 hours. You have to watch this. It's on my channel. He's an amazing fucking dude. And I got him to like sit here like 20 years afterwards. It's like, Slayer! Doing exactly the same fucking thing. He's a fucking lovely fucking dude. I would fucking let him stay in my house for a year. I mean, he's an awesome guy. Awesome guy.
Definitely want to plug your podcast, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I haven't released an episode for like 1 year, but one of the last interviews was with Daniel Schleyer. And I was like, how come that nobody's ever like interviewed this guy? He was a radio host, and he met like fucking. He's interviewed Iron Maiden.
Huh.
Wow. This was before they made the arena shows, like 2 years before that. And and every time he met Slayer, they treated him like their like little brother. There are like pictures of him with like Kerry King like doing this on his head, you know. This one. It's like he's such a fucking friendly guy. Check him out, Daniel Schleyer.
All right.
You should have him on your show because he deserves this. He's an awesome guy. I love him.
Like that's like in terms of people screaming Slayer. That's the first person I think of. I'm pretty sure because I have a habit of screaming Slayer at shows. Anyway, like went to go see Reverend Horton Heat when they played here, and my buddy Bailey, actually our mutual buddy Bailey, was like pretty much leaving. He's like, don't scream Slayer. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. Well, I'm not even drunk. I'm gonna do it. And I told him, like, and legit, someone's gonna scream it back, and that's how I'm gonna know it's okay. And I did it, and someone screamed it back from the other side of the fucking venue. It was like, you see, it's fine. You can do this anywhere.
That's fucking awesome. In the end of the song, it's like all inclusive. Do you feel inclusive? Do you feel inclusive enough? Yeah, reevaluate that one. No, I don't feel very inclusive in this fucking.
Yeah, by the end of those vacations, I'm generally done. Like, I just like, dude, this is like waking up every day to hear like some fucking stupid pop song and like, oh, we're having a pool party today out here, and we're gonna do like a belly flop contest. Like, you did this yesterday. You did this yesterday. You played the same shit. Oh my god.
But they also have the workout in the morning.
I'm never up for that.
Like you see some fat English ladies.
I think I went on the beach once this year. No, I don't think I even went on the beach once this year. No, I did at night. But yeah, the rest of the time, like, I don't want to see these people. Like, they look like honey baked hams and all just greased up and shit. Like, I'm good.
Okay, so we all agree on the track 22. They suck. All inclusive, free food, free drinks, free misery.
I mean, the buffets were pretty fucking awesome, though. I mean, when we went, it was over Easter, so they had the big Easter buffet for the resort, and it was lavish. There was so much shit, and me being me, I wore my Morbid Angel shirt with "Your God is Dead" written in very, very, very legible font in the back. And even my mom was like, "Can you not?" I was like, "No, this is the most sacred of days to wear this." Let's cap it off. We got the last track, "Alive to Lose."
Oh shit! You didn't listen to it online though. You didn't find the hidden track. There's
a hidden track.
Yes. Okay. So you have something to do here later on. on the YouTube version, we have a hidden track.
Oh, see, I went on Spotify.
Yeah.
I figured it would be the same.
No. This is only for the YouTube audience.
Oh fuck. Well, all right. You're gonna have to like shit. You're gonna have to let us know about that one. Fuck.
100% fine.
Damn.
Alive to Lose.
Yeah, I know what this is about. This is about well, a lot of shit definitely going on here. Not born to win. You're born to be broke. You're born in debt, especially in this country.
School is more or less free, like university in Sweden, though, where you pay a shitload. You're in debt in the rest of your life.
Dude, I mean, they just recently got around to like debt forgiveness. I know one of our friends, like her debt, her college debt finally got forgiven. And like it was probably massive. Like I don't like. That's why I kind of stayed away from college. I mean, I'm all for learning, but man, the cost of all that, like it's ridiculous. Like by the time you graduate, and if you graduate with anything, you got to get like masters and shit like that to really get like the jobs that generally you're shooting for with those, and those jobs aren't guaranteed.
Even then, yeah, I know a lot of people that went to school that don't have jobs.
Yeah. And then
went to school for a long fucking time, don't have jobs.
Like going to like law school or medical school for so long, and you're not guaranteed a position after that, and then you got to find a way to pay off that, because when the debt collectors come, they want their fucking money.
3 years in university in Sweden, ended up with $13,000. So it's like for you guys, this must be like 10 times that, right?
I mean, God, I haven't even looked. I mean, like, I know, like, even in our college here in UT, University of Toledo, it's still pretty damn steep. I mean, granted, it's a pretty nice college, but yeah, like they find any way to like scrape extra money out of you, like dorms, book costs, even like book reselling, like giving you the used books. They still charge almost the same amount as they do for a new book.
Yeah, there's really not that much savings involved.
I work every day and I get shitty pay. I hate everyone and my brain is gone. There you have it. Hole in my pocket, hole in my heart, born into misery right from the start. What is this? Broke in the womb. Broke till the tomb. Can't afford a life. Can't afford a wife.
Unfortunately, I'd say like it's not the American dream, but it's the American nightmare. It's almost the American truth for most people. It's because like hell, we had the whole during the pandemic, workers not wanting to come back to their jobs. Like, no, I get paid absolutely dick. You make me work long hours. I can't even make a wage where I can sustain a home on my own, let alone support anyone else. And the fucked up thing is like, all right, like there's definitely a lot of like smaller businesses that can't afford to pay workers like that, but there are even more businesses where they just rake in profit after profit after profit, and they can totally afford to not only pay their workers a livable wage, they could also pay to like hey, we can get you insurance, we can do all this shit. We can afford all of that and still make enough money to buy like 3 fucking yachts a year as extra shit. So, all right, tell us about the hidden track.
The hidden track?
Yeah.
Okay, the hidden track. I got lyrics sent from Ade, the drummer. And he says something like, write a brutal fucking song to this. It's like, I think it's like this, like, into the amazing wild. Ever since I was a child, I was dreaming of the wild. Okay, now this boost starts to talk with me. It's like the sharp teeth of the tiger, the spider's legs, and the roaring tigers, and the long throat of the giraffe, and the big mouth of the hippo. And I was like, okay, I will record this. So I mixed like Queen with a Disney theme. And I did like 4 different, when you sing in, what is it called? Harmonies.
Okay.
Like 4 different harmonies and built up choirs and like recorded myself like 12 times, like built it up with like acoustic guitar and what is it called? Strings.
What? Fuck! Yeah. This isn't going to be on the CD.
No. Oh. Listen, hey. Go on YouTube. It's like on 27:30. Listen to it. I take a piss and I come back. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. I have to hear this now because, like, man,
with good fucking earphones. All right.
Dude, that was amazing.
That was amazing wild.
Yeah.
Like you talk about the zebra stripes, like a horse.
Yeah, I know. Zebra stripes in black and white, like a horse.
That was a dude. That was laugh out loud, hilarious and epic.
Yes,
dude. And as soon as I like that, it just shifts to animals can end your life.
And when I got this lyric from Ade and I wrote this and I sent away this song, it's like, okay, this is how I want to do it. And Yuki and Ade was like, no, no, we can't have this. And I was like, okay, let's make it a hidden track.
Dude.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it's not going to be on CD. I'm kind of disappointed with that, but dude, that is awesome. That was fucking hilarious, dude.
I take it back. That's my new favorite song.
I mean, it could be. It could be.
Yep.
Wow.
So to me, it sounds like Tenacious D.
Yes.
Kind of,
Queen, and some kind of Disney theme.
Yep.
Yeah, that is exactly what it sounds like, too. That was awesome. Honestly, that's the cherry on top of this fucking wild album. That it is fucking absolutely ridiculous in all the right ways possible. Yeah, dude, this album was a blast. This album was a fucking blast to listen to from start to finish. And now that we have this special hidden track, which
now it's the icing on the cake.
I'm still gonna say go out and buy the fucking album but I mean also watch that stream a lot because that hidden track is so fucking worth it.
Yep. I would have never known. Had you not said anything, I would have never known that it existed.
I thought it ended with a Live to Lose, and it was like, oh, it ends in a dark spot. But man, he kind of well up the emotion there in the last one.
Yeah, and the last line of Alive to Lose is like Alive to Lose, and now I broke my leg. Like, we can't end it with that, right?
Killed by all the animals of the Serengeti, but it's going to be sweeping and epic and beautiful.
Yep.
In the amazing wild.
Dude, that was absolutely awesome, man. Yeah, strong recommend for everyone. If you're a grind fan, if you just like fucking intense but hilarious music, go fucking get this. Go get you some Birdflesh. I still need to get some of the older albums too, but I'm definitely getting this one for fucking sure.
Hey, this one has been sold out for I don't know fucking how long, but we found it in a Czech basement. Farmer's Wrath on vinyl, the yellow version. 12 copies.
Holy shit.
I say one for you.
Hey, awesome, dude. Thank you, man. I mean, you've already sent us some incredible stuff and very personalized stuff too. Yeah. So, I mean, again, thank you for all that. Thank you for coming out and fucking hanging out with us. And
yeah, dude, man, for real.
This is honestly one of my favorite little streams here because we've never dissected an album with the artist itself like this, and the fact that it was Birdflesh, I think, it made it even more fun because it's ridiculous. It's awesome.
It's right up our alley.
Yeah, anyway, we're juvenile as hell. I mean,
we're all kind of the same close-knit people here right now.
Right up your alley, right up Danny DeVito's crack.
Oh, that alley goes on for a while.
I saved 2 copies of this one. I sent it to you, John, and I make a little care package. We are doing a release party in Sweden next weekend, like Friday, Saturday. But the plan was to get the new album. That we should have it here, but the pressing company has done something wrong. But I can wait for the new album before I send you the package. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Like this is honestly one of my favorite conversations, dude.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm longing for this, actually. I've longed for this. I fucking love your streams. I watch all your videos. I love the one with Max.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That one still blows me away because, man, like someone I've idolized since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, and him say, "Hey, I like the stuff you do." Is like, what?
But you're. What do you mean? I
might have peed a little.
Yeah. It's like it brings out the children in you. It's like
I mean,
starstruck eyes, and he is such a down to earth guy.
He really
you can, like, sit and drink a beer with, you know.
Insane. This whole
interviewing us.
Yeah,
like, that was
like, we're not that interesting. We're really not. I promise, we're not that interesting.
I like all your videos. I find it, like, I mix that with American politics, like the good and the bad side. Like, Thralls of Metal is the good side.
Dude, much appreciated. And dude, I mean, honestly, like, kind of the same thing with Birdflesh. Like, you know, with all the dark, serious stuff that we listen to, there's about all sorts of twisted themes, both like socio-political or just like evil and blah blah blah. You get to an album by Birdflesh and you just have fun. Just have fun. Like, you know, same reason I go to Birdflesh is like the same reason I constantly go back to like bands like fucking Municipal Waste and you know, DRI. Like, I just want to have fun. Give me fun, give me riffs. Let's fucking rage. I mean, you guys fucking embody it, and once again, you guys wrote a banger of an album. I mean, this is technically a review too, so I'm gonna give you a solid fucking 4 on this one, like potentially 4.5. You know, it's between you and Rotten Sound in terms of like my favorite grind releases this year. Because dude, great shit, dude. Fun, lots of cool fucking clever hooks all over the place. And, you know, you didn't stay necessarily in the grind box, but you didn't need to. Jump around. I mean, and with the explanations you gave us about the songs, like, I mean, some legit surprises, especially
one.
Yeah, on the PAL. Like, wow, that is super fucking clever. And I mean, the Pigs one being a macabre song, like, dude, I didn't hear that at first. I thought Primus at first, but no, it's you guys do it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant and dumb at the same time, and I love it. You found the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 4.5. To be honest, it's just a ton of fun. It's comedic. It's brutal in spots. It's riffy. It's catchy. It's I mean, you get sing-alongs. It's just an all-around good time, and that's, again, one of the things I like about, you know, things like grindcore or thrash metal or any of that shit. Is, can you bang your head? Are you smiling? Are you having a good time? Can you tell the people that wrote it? Does it sound like they're having a good time? And usually when all those things come together, it usually is a formula for perfection.
This is a little bit awkward for me. This is a conversation that you two can have later on with a.
I mean,
we're gonna rate your shit, okay?
It was. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's part of the review thing. We got to rate it. I mean, we were talking up the entire time, so you probably had to have like some inclination, like, yeah, they like it, and we did, dude. Like, legit. Like, if this was bad, it would have sucked. Telling you, like, I'd
been like, well, it was.
Alice, you're a solid dude, man, and we should hang out.
Alice, we love you, but the record.
Oh, look, bad internet connection. I'm going through a tunnel. Oh,
I don't know what happened. I was like muted. Oh shit. No, I mean, you know, you should know us by now that we're Birdflesh fans anyway. We've talked enough outside of YouTube.
You guys bring something like fun and unique to grindcore in general, and you know, grinds. You know, it's one of my favorite little subgenres. Just, it's condensed violence and explosivity, and if you do it well, it's like some of the best shit on earth.
We love grindcore. I love you guys. It was
thank you,
awesome
man.
To talk with you all. I love Thralls of Metal. Let's talk next time when we release some new stuff, and and outside of this forum on Facebook and all this. And I would love to see some updates from Denver Deathfest.
They're coming.
Yeah, Miller drove across the entire country like a madman rather than, get on a plane and fly, which either one's not preferable for me because I don't want to drive and I hate flying, but I'd rather get to the vacation part.
And come to fucking Obscene Extreme.
I mean, honestly, you did a good job selling it. Like,
I mean, it's so reasonable in price and it's so much fun. You will not regret it. It's like, who fucking knows? In 3 years, you may have a bad fucking back or commit a crime so you can't fly. Who fucking knows? You know.
That's
who
true.
says we don't have a bad back now?
Right, exactly.
A lot of commercial for Obscene Extreme here, but yeah.
Oh, awesome. Dude, I promote it because I mean I've been watching stuff about that festival for a while, and it seems like just a ridiculously good time. Like everyone's kind of just letting loose.
If you talk to Max, tell him I said that I tried to reach out because we're trying to book them.
Oh, you broke him. You broke him.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, so it was the first joke and the last joke, right? Something like that.
I mean, there you go. That book ends it right there. Well, dude, Elis, thank you so much for hanging out with us, shooting the shit about the new album. And for those that have not heard Birdflesh's new album, Sickness in the North, go out, jam it on YouTube so you get the bonus track because that is immensely important. But also go out. They got tapes, they got vinyl, they got CDs. Go get it. It's fucking awesome. Check out Wheel Must podcast too. That's Elis's podcast. It's fucking awesome. You find out a lot of cool stuff about Obscene Extreme and some really wild interviews apparently too that we totally missed that I think I'm going to have to go back and watch now. But dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. This whole conversation has been a blast.
Same here.
I've had a great time. Thank you.
Same here. Don't edit out the fort.
Yeah, right.
All right,
man. We will catch you later, dude.
Be well.
Cheers.